mother's love doesn't need words. It shows in her sacrifices. A small kitchen glows softly in the night. A woman in her mid-40s stands near the stove, her hands rough from years of work. She looks tired, her eyes half sleepy, but her face still carries a gentle smile. She places a plate of food on the table, warm soup, a sandwich, and a glass of milk. Then she looks at the clock. It's 11:45 p.m. Her son, Ethan, still isn't home. She sighs, sits near the window, and waits. Years ago, when Ethan was born, Mary was only 22. Her husband, David, worked at a small mechanics shop. They didn't have much money, but Mary never complained. Every night when Ethan cried, she woke up before David even noticed. Every morning, she made breakfast, packed David's lunch, and still found time to smile at her baby. Ethan was her reason to live. When David passed away in an accident, Ethan was only 6. That day, Mary looked at her son and made a silent promise. "I'll live for you, my boy. You'll never feel alone." From that day, she forgot herself. She forgot her needs, her dreams, her rest. She forgot her own life and started living only for her son. She worked 2 jobs, cleaner in the morning, cashier in the evening. Her feet ached every day. Her hands were cracked from cleaning chemicals. But every time she looked at Ethan's school books, she smiled. She would whisper to herself, "He'll make me proud one day. He'll never struggle like I did." When Ethan turned 16, he wanted a new phone. Mary sold her wedding ring to buy it. He never found out. When he wanted to go to college in another city, Mary took a loan she couldn't afford. She never told him. Ethan's world grew bigger. New city, new friends, new life. Mary's world stayed the same. A small home filled with silence and memories. At first, Ethan called her every day, then once a week, then once a month. Now, months passed with no call at all. Mary still waited. Every night she sat near the window, her phone beside her plate. The food would go cold and the phone would stay silent. She told her neighbours, "He's busy with work, you know. He's doing great." But when she closed the door, she wiped her tears quietly. On her 50th birthday, the neighbour's kids brought her a small cupcake. She smiled, blew the candle, and looked at her phone again. No call, no message. Later that night, she texted Ethan herself. "Hi, sweetheart. Just wanted to say I'm proud of you. Hope you're eating well." He saw the message. He didn't reply. He was busy at a party. 3 years passed. Ethan got a promotion. He decided to visit home, not because he missed her, but because he needed to sign property papers. When he reached home, Mary opened the door slowly. Her hair had turned grey, her eyes were weaker. But that same warm smile was still there. "Ethan, you came home," she said with joy. Ethan smiled politely. "Yeah, Mom, been busy, you know." She nodded, trying to hide her happiness. "Of course, you must be hungry. Sit, I'll cook your favourite dish." As she went to the kitchen, Ethan looked around. The house was small and old, the paint fading, the sofa worn out. His childhood photos still hung on the walls. In every picture, Mary was holding him, and she always looked proud. While eating, Ethan noticed her hand shaking. "Mum, are you okay?" he asked. She smiled softly. "I'm fine, sweetheart, just tired sometimes." He didn't realise she hadn't eaten properly in 2 days. She had spent her last money buying the ingredients for his favourite meal. After dinner, she asked gently, "Will you stay a few days?" He hesitated. "I have to fly back tomorrow. There's an important meeting." Her eyes dimmed for a second, but she quickly nodded. "I understand. You're busy." That night, she couldn't sleep. She walked to his room and saw him sleeping peacefully. She smiled, tired but proud. She whispered, "You became everything I dreamed for you. I forgot myself, but that's okay. I'd do it again." The next morning, Ethan left for the airport. Mary hugged him tightly. "Take care, my boy," she said softly. He patted her back quickly. "Yeah, Mum, I'll call you." She smiled. She had heard those words many times before. That night, she felt a pain in her chest. She tried to call for help, but her phone fell from her hand. Her last words were a whisper. "My son, be happy." 2 days later, Ethan's phone rang during a meeting. It was his mother's neighbour. "Ethan, I'm so sorry. Your mother passed away last night." The world stopped for him. He couldn't breathe. He flew home immediately. The house smelled the same. Old, quiet, warm. On the table there was an envelope with his name written in her handwriting. He opened it with shaking hands. It read, "My dearest Ethan, if you're reading this, It means I couldn't wait any longer to see you. Don't feel sad, my boy. I lived a full life. Because you were my life. I forgot myself, yes. But every time you smiled, I found myself again. Promise me one thing. Never forget to call the people who love you. Love doesn't ask for anything, but it feels lonely when it's forgotten. Always remember, my son, no matter where you go, you will always carry a piece of my heart inside yours. Love, Mum. Tears fell on the paper. Ethan held it close to his heart. For the first time, he realised his mother never lived for herself. She lived only for him. After her funeral, Ethan stayed at that small house for days. He found her old diary. Every page had something about him. Ethan's first day of school. Ethan's favourite food. Ethan called today. I'm so happy. Ethan didn't call this month. Maybe he's busy. Every line broke his heart a little more. He sat by her favourite chair, holding the diary to his chest. I'm sorry, Mum, he whispered, tears streaming down his face. I forgot you, but you never forgot me. That night, he cooked her favourite meal. He placed 2 plates on the table, one for him, one for her empty chair. He whispered, Mum, dinner's ready. Months later, Ethan sold everything and started a small charity in her name, Mary's Table. It served free meals to lonely mothers. Every plate carried a note that said, for the mothers who forgot themselves for their children. Every night before closing, Ethan would whisper, this one's for you, Mum. A mother doesn't live for herself. She lives for her child. And one day, when you finally look back, you'll realise she was the only person who never stopped waiting for you.